Very good.
Very good indeed.
Very good. Yes. I'm ready now, Miles.
Okay.
I'm ready for my close-up.
Okay.
Please, sir, may I have some more close-ups?
All right, I'll intro it then. Welcome to the Macbeef-Banquet podcast, episode 55, episode 5 of season 2, however you want to call it. Fuck you.
Episode 5 of 55, meaning we're only doing 55 episodes.
My name is Miles, and this is my close friend, John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt, and also some dude I met online named Henry is also here.
What up, boys and girls? Hello, brother.
Brother. All right.
What up,
We watched a movie called Hereditary. It was available.
Yes.
It is available on Canopy if you still haven't seen it. Now, this movie kind of fucked me up a little bit. Just because it's one of those kind of movies that's like kind of leaves you wondering what the fuck just happened, So I guess I'll start off by saying, like, what did you think of it?
Okay, so, well, I'm kind of curious to hear your thoughts, too, because it's like, you like horror movies, right?
Mm-hmm.
I know you enjoy watching horror movies for the most part. It's not really my favorite genre, but I can appreciate some of the more reputable classics, and stuff nowadays I don't really usually appreciate as much, but this one was different.
Yeah.
Just because I think they did it so well. So first of all, there's a lot of stuff we can get into, but initial thoughts. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was really well done. For the most part, there were maybe minor things, but like from a filmmaker's perspective, knowing how difficult it is to make stuff, I definitely couldn't make anything this good. I feel like if I tried to do horror, because one, that's not my genre, but also two, I did some research on the director, and from what it sounded like it was really planned out, or like meticulously, and I think that shows because it's very precise a lot of the time.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the editing, the detail, the art direction. The color, even everything was like, I think it came together beautifully. So I think that was really impressive. And this is Ari Aster's debut, so that was really cool to see that he, was able to just make something that impressive, I think. But I'm going to get into specifics in a minute. But what about you? What did you think?
As you're saying, that I'm kind of more of the horror film fan, just because watching other people's appreciation for it kind of made me kind of appreciate why horror is such a really cool genre of movies. There's so many ways you can take it. And this movie in particular, it's pretty nuts. I laughed a few times actually, just because of how fucking crazy things were happening. What was happening. I definitely got some, I know the director also went on to direct Midsommar, but I got some Midsommar vibes, obviously. What was the other one I was thinking of? I can't remember it now, but it was very. It felt like a combination of other films, I would say, almost. Not saying that that's a bad thing per se, just because it's its own thing. And I'd like to know what you thought was bad about it. I don't know, just because I didn't really see anything glaring, I guess, that was, bad, I guess.
Yeah, well, there wasn't anything bad about it. There were just things that, there were just moments that, I think were, just, okay. The only real things were, just there were just little moments that I think were just I don't think they were executed poorly or anything like that. I just was like, I was just kind of taken out of it for some reason. And I don't know if that was just me like watching it or what, but just kind of taken out of the horror of it all. But I quickly got brought back in, so it was like, I don't know. And there were very few shots I think in this movie that I did not like. But because they were all, I thought they were all so good. There were just a couple that seemed, like some of the school shots weren't, at least in the beginning, weren't as, I think, interesting as some of the other ones. But that was just because of how good, all the shots were. So there was nothing bad about it per se. I actually really enjoyed all of it. There were just, some moments I think just briefly, but. Getting into specifics, the opening was amazing. Like I was really impressed with how they sort of transitioned. I really liked the whole idea of the dollhouse or the model house, and like, there was when they first got back from the funeral, it still looks like they're in a dollhouse. They get back and they're like, shoes off, or whatever. As soon as they walk in the door, I'm like, and they would transition from like behind a wall or whatever and make it still look like a model house, which I thought was great.
Well, yeah, I'm guessing, probably the only way they could have done that was, on a big set stage.
Yeah, so they shot it on location in Utah, and they actually built that on a soundstage. So they actually built the house to look the way that they wanted to, so that they could then film it that way.
Yeah, like a dollhouse.
Like I said, Ari actually was apparently very particular about everything. Working with the miniatures, working with art, and also the art direction was great. Just from the beginning, just right then, just moving on, from beginning to end, I think it was pretty impressive. And yeah, I definitely got Midsummer vibes too. But I think one of the most impressive things about this was like it lets you sit with things. So it starts off very slow. In terms of like technical stuff, like camera movement, very smooth, just sort of long pans, and it lets you kind of sit with stuff. And not only that, but like even just in terms of story. So that was great. I love, and yeah, I guess one of the specific things where some of it wasn't all the way consistent throughout, but like still not bad, was just like I said, like the color. Some of the cooler tones I didn't like as much, I guess, but that's kind of getting very nitpicky, and I didn't like it. Didn't take me out of the story at all. So that was actually pretty good. Like, yeah, just like some of the shots at like school, for example, might have been a little bit more washed out and that was just because of how much I love the shots at the house. Like I love the color.
Oh yeah.
And I actually am curious to know what like they shot it on and how it was, because I thought it looked great. Like a lot of the shots in the house were just so impressive to me. And I think I even sent you one where she's working on the house. Because I love how they staged to where they made it, well, first of all, like they made it look exactly like the model house when they would transition, which was impressive. Again, they had to probably coordinate that a lot, but I'm impressed what they did. And then also, because they wanted to make it sort of look like the house, or it might have just been his style, but like he staged it with a lot of depth in a lot of his shots, and I thought that was really impressive. So technically, not even getting into story, it's really impressive. Technically, I sent you that one shot where she's working on the house though, and like some of these shots are just so unsettling, and I thought it was really great because like seeing her eye sort of through the door as she's got what I think is her mom in the doorway. I don't really know for sure, but and then just her eye in the background.
Yeah, that shot. Yeah, I think that was her mom. Yeah.
Or some sort of character.
It must be her mom, because her mom's fucking
I'm guessing.
creepy.
But yeah. So like, and then just seeing her eye in the background was great. Another shot that really stuck out to me was actually at the end. Shut up. Was the shot where it's towards the end, and it's him seeing what's his name? The son. What is his name?
It's not Charlie. Peter.
Peter. Yeah. It's when he sees his photograph and like the eyes are like there's holes. Where his eyes are in the picture.
The ending was so like the whole ending was just so creepy. That was like what really got me. Like the rest of the movie was a little bit of a slow burner, but
yes,
the whole ending was so good.
Yeah. I think it was. I think it worked well that it was a slow burner too, because it's like I said, it lets you sit with it for a little bit, and like, you know, I mean, if it's just sort of straight, kind of just like that slasher, just kind of keeps going throughout, where it's just constant like suspense and stuff. I mean, that can get a little boring at times, but when they really can build it up.
Yeah.
Like that's really impressive. And that's what got me too. Actually, there were like one or two times where I was like kind of like wanting to cover my eyes a little bit because I actually watched it here in my room.
Yeah.
And on my computer.
At night.
And I watched it with my headphones on. Did you watch it at night? I actually had the volume up quite a bit, and I think worked really well because the way they were able to build like the music. And just have that going, like I was like, and I watched it like at night, so it was like really dark, so I was in the right setting, and yeah, it was, yeah, they I think got the point across, and yeah, he really built up to that ending, and I think it worked really well, because yeah, it was just I think the right amount of suspense, and I love, so you mentioned that you laughed a couple times, and I definitely did too. I laughed because at the end when like right before he gets chased by his mom up the stairs, there's the doorway that opens and it's that creepy guy from the funeral at the beginning, and I thought his face was so funny. And even when Charlie first saw him, like I was just like, that is so funny. Because like, who the hell is this creepy guy? Like, why is he looking at Charlie like that?
Yeah, that was the way he was standing there was just really creepy. It was good.
It was, yeah, yeah. Anyway, yeah. So it was there, and there. I think, first of all, I loved what's her name? I loved Charlie's character, Millie Shapiro. Millie Shapiro did great.
Millie Shapiro was the actor, not the character.
Yeah. I'm talking about her acting.
Yeah, you said
her acting was great.
You said Charlie's character.
Her acting was great,
Millie Shapiro.
And I especially considering that it was like her debut. That was pretty impressive. Her character was one of the highlights, I think, for me. I loved her like little habits and mannerisms. They did really well with that. Even reading up on like some of the stuff that Ari Aster had them do was like. Just beforehand, her and the actor for Peter, what is his name? Alex Wolff. So that was cool, and yeah, there was just. I mean, I could go on and on for days, but I've been talking quite a bit. So let's get into what you think.
I'm trying to remember. Oh yeah, I remembered the other movie I was thinking of that. It felt like The Witch. By or The Vavitch, I guess. By Robert Eggers.
Yeah. Oh, and yeah, that's what I was gonna ask you about, because like I think you've seen probably more horror movies than I have.
Maybe.
I'm sure. I mean, I've seen classics like Halloween and Scream that we watched and stuff like that, but like, I'm not an enormous like horror / thriller buff, so like I don't know. Were there similarities to a lot of other movies that you've seen? Like, was it like, because I mean, it was kind of, there was some stuff in there that was, I wasn't expecting, and stuff that was kind of new to me a little bit. So I was like, wasn't sure if, you had an easier time expecting stuff, or, if you saw references to other things that I maybe didn't.
I didn't see any references per se. The only time that like I actually like jumped. And I'll be honest, I usually don't jump during a horror film because I can usually anticipate when it's going to happen. But I think it was when she just starts chasing him. Yeah. That whole scene where he's like where he's getting out of bed it's the end of the movie, and he's getting out of bed, and like I didn't see her like at first. It took me like maybe like 10, 20 seconds before I actually saw her in the corner. I was like, oh shit, and then I'm like, where the fuck? And then there's that one part I laughed at when she's like doing this. It looks like she's doing it in the air.
She's like swimming.
Yeah, I thought she was. That part was really funny to me. And then like it was when she's in the corner again downstairs, and then she starts chasing him. That part I jumped. But no, I didn't see anything that really stood out. But again, as I said, it felt a lot like Midsummer and The Witch, which are all three are A24 films. So like that's what I could best compare it to. It's because there's a lot of horror movies are not like that. So they're their own thing. And they're good. All three of those are good. Yeah. I don't really know if I have anything to say. I mean, you pretty much said it all. I liked everyone's acting. I think I liked the father. Like, he did a really good job, I thought. Yeah. Out of all of them. Gabriel Byrne. Yeah. Yeah. And of course, Toni Collette did a good job. Millie Shapiro, Alex Wolff. The whole family did a really good job. I'm trying to think. I don't know what else there would be to say. Any final thoughts, I guess, on the movie?
I mean, yeah, I could get into specifics all day, honestly. Just because, like, yeah, I thought that, again, just the way that he planned his shots was really... Ari, the director, planned his shots was really good. And, I mean, yeah, I thought that, like I said, there are very few shots that I didn't really appreciate. But, like, just like the way that they staged everything. And, yeah, like, some of the stuff at the end, too, where, like, when you see... him and like what's his name, Peter, like when he's in his bed and his mom's up in the corner, and like I didn't notice that at first,
exactly.
And, like,
she blends, I think they really did a good job at like trying to blend her in with the with the environment, so you don't see it immediately.
Exactly. And there's lots of little things like that. Like I was actually going back and looking at little things I might have missed, and I was actually reading up on stuff that like you might have missed this the first time you watched it, stuff. And like there was I guess a scene at the party where some of the teenagers are watching like a decapitation, which plays a part later on. Really? And I do remember the part. They also mentioned a part that I actually remembered from when Toni Collette, the mom, is at like that little support group and is talking about like her brother is like killed himself because like his
my mother tried to put something inside of him.
And so you can definitely kind of tell that Peter was in danger.
And they did a lot of that kind of stuff, putting it ahead of. There was another one I think at the funeral as well. She said her mom had rituals and private friends, private rituals, and a lot of new faces, as in like all these people she's never seen before but are now coming after Peter or whatever.
Yeah, this like cult. Yeah. And I mean, there was one point where I was like actually like really anxious because I was like, it was when the mom was looking at like those photo albums. And she saw like the friend that did the seance. Joan, Joni. And for a second I thought it was like Joni was like trying to like steal his body or something like that, kind of like a Hereditary, just sort of passing down. But then at the end it's like Paimon, which I actually looked up Paimon, and that was kind of interesting that they tied it to that.
He's a real, not real, but like he is a if you believe in Christianity, he's a real demon, I think.
Yeah, I thought that was interesting that they chose to make it like a actual character like that. But it makes sense too because it's like a cult. That's those people were part of that cult. So, because I was like, who the heck are all these people? at first when he's in the attic and
Oh yeah.
sees the guy from the funeral, and yeah, I was like, who the hell are all these people and why are they in their house? What the hell?
Yeah.
And yeah,
I remember
there was people from the cult.
there was actually one more thing it kind of reminded me of was also Haunting of Hill House.
Okay.
If anyone has seen that,
Mm-hmm.
it's a good show. Season 2 is actually coming out October. It's like they do it in anthology style where it's going to be a different house, but a few of the actors will be the same.
Okay.
But yeah, in Haunting of Hill House, there's like over 100 like hidden ghosts in the background. Like you have to really watch closely, and there's like like some in the windows or stuff like that. So it kind of reminded me of that. Like there's like hidden little things.
Sure.
To look for.
What did you think of the scene at school when he like slams his nose into the desk? And like raises his hand up.
Yeah, I did some reading again, of course.
Yep.
But that was him like doing the same thing that Charlie did when she died.
Yeah.
Which was really crazy. I mean, I had seen part of that in the trailer, and I thought it was going to be like really like hard to watch, but it wasn't that bad. So
yeah, I'm trying to think. Yeah, because I don't remember that part. So I didn't. It was like kind of like new to me. So I was like, I was definitely maybe a little bit anxious, but I was pretty.
Oh yeah,
happy
every
with
single
it.
time they showed him at a desk, because I had seen the trailer like when the movie had originally came out, and I had remembered that specific scene from watching the trailer because it stuck with me.
Yeah.
And so every single time that he was sitting at a desk, I'm like, oh shit, is something weird gonna happen this time? I just kept waiting and waiting.
Time. Like it's about fucking time, damn it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and it's like there were a lot of points in the beginning where they didn't use music; they just had like sounds. And then later on, I noticed that they used it more and more as they were building up suspense, which again I thought worked well for me at least. Because again, like I expect going into a horror movie, some of those horror elements, and when they don't immediately like present themselves, and you get time to sort of sit with the characters and experience sort of what they're experiencing, stuff like that, I think it works well. And yeah. I laughed because I thought it was like a little bit like cheesy when Charlie gets decapitated.
Oh yeah.
Because it reminded me of like old horror movies where something like that happens.
Oh
especially
yeah.
like the cheesier ones. Where it's like the cheesy effects and there's like it's a big reaction, and yeah, but I did appreciate it. I could, and it was and there was that one shot where like he like looks for a second in the rearview mirror and then looks back.
Oh, and that was so good when he's like he won't even look. And then like the next day he's in school and he like looks up and can kind of see part of her body in the rearview mirror in his mind or whatever. That was good. That was really good.
Yeah, just without the head. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was maybe one of the other things is I didn't actually I kind of laughed because I thought it was actually a little bit silly for me anyway. Hearing the mom's reaction.
Yeah.
Not that I didn't think she would react like that, but I don't know. I just thought it was a little cheesy, I guess. But I didn't hate it either. So like that was one of those other things that was just little things, but like it wasn't anything like bad per se. But anyway. Yeah, no, I definitely recommend it.
Yeah.
I would along with Midsommar if you haven't seen that either.
I would recommend if you have seen Midsommar and The Witch.
Yeah, if you have seen it, yeah.
If you have seen those, Hereditary would definitely be your kind of movie if you like those.
Yeah.
And horror in general, I guess. I'm sure. I know it was a really big movie when it came out, but if you haven't seen it, give it a shot, baby.
Ari Aster did a good job. All of them that worked on the film did a good job, I think.
Yeah.
But anyway,
did you have you seen anything over the past week? Done anything?
This week, no, I have not.
Okay. Yeah.
What have you watched, Miles? Anything good?
I haven't
More
been
anime?
watching anything. No, actually. I've taken a break and I started reading again. It's pretty cool.
Reading manga?
No, I don't have any manga.
Oh, okay.
I would though, if anyone wants to send me some manga. I've been reading a book called Sweet Nothing. Well, I already finished it by now, but it's called Sweet Nothing by Richard Lange. It's a group of short stories written by him.
Okay.
A collection of short stories. And there's only like one weird thing about it is that like, so I started reading it like a year or two ago, and I think I had only gotten through the first story, or maybe I did get through the second story, but for some reason the second story I remembered so vividly, like I thought it was from a different book, like maybe he had stolen it, but I don't know. Maybe I did get to the end of the second story. Anyway, bless you. And I've started reading. I'm currently in the process of reading. Shit, that's not the name of the book, but it's called One Flew Under the Cuckoo's Nest. What the fuck is it?
One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest?
Yeah, I'm reading that.
You're reading the book? Very good. Yeah, I love the movie.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
I've always wanted to read the book.
And then like the I didn't even mean for that to happen, but you know, Miss Ratched is coming out this month actually, because it's September, which is like a prequel, I guess, to One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. Oh, okay.
Very good.
And I don't think there was anything else. I heard there. I mean, this isn't movie related or book related, but I'm pretty excited for it. They're releasing Super Mario 64, Super Mario Sunshine, and Super Mario Galaxy on the Switch.
Wow.
In a collection.
On the Switch?
Yeah, on the Switch.
So, like, if I turn on my light switch, then I can just play those video games?
Yeah, dude.
Wow, that's so funny of me. I'm so funny.
Mm-hmm. All right, cool.
Did you hear AMC is going to be opening up their theaters again?
Oh, yeah. I think Tenet's already is in theaters or something.
Yeah. Are you gonna go, Miles?
Probably not.
Are you gonna risk the COVID?
I'm not gonna go.
Why not? But Tenet.
What about it? Tenet?
I'm just kidding. I don't. Yeah. I'm just kidding.
Okay.
Don't risk your life, Miles.
Okay. So
if you go to see a movie, you risk your life.
Do you have something for us little boys and girls?
All right, Miles. I hope you haven't seen this, because I haven't seen this.
All right, sorry.
You might have.
I have.
So if you do, I will pick another one on the
Sorry,
spot.
bro. I have funny, dude. Funny
Damn
joke.
It, Miles.
It's classic. Every time we say it, it's classic. All right, go ahead.
The class. Yeah. All right. Okay. So ready, Miles? You ready for this movie?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ready for this jelly?
You might have seen it, actually. I don't know. We'll see. Okay. Tinker, Tailor, Soldier, Spy. Have you seen it?
I have not. I think I've seen, like, maybe a scene. Or someone else was watching it in the room, and I may have, like, looked up, but I don't even remember anything about it, so.
Okay. Cool. That's on Netflix. And I think okay, yeah. I don't think it's anywhere else. Let me double check Canopy, but I don't think it's on Canopy. Let me look it up. Yeah, it doesn't look like it. So yeah, it's just Netflix.
Okay.
I mean, obviously it's on, other places,
why would you
not
want
for free?
Do that bullshit.
Yeah, we don't do that.
Yeah. Cool. Ooh, Tom Hardy's in this. Nice.
Oh yeah, they got quite the cast. They got Gary Oldman, Colin Firth, Benedict Cumberbatch, even.
Benedict Cumbersnatch.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Cool.
Yeah, man.
I can't wait.
Cool.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
It does sound good.
Okay, Miles.
Okay.
Is that the end of the episode?
Yeah, I think so.
All right. Well then, Miles, it's time. Miles, I expel you. Leave.
Where am I? What is all this?
Relax, Lord Paimon. We expelled that cuck Milz from his body so that you may have a male host.
Why are you all naked? What the fuck?
Well, we live to bring you pleasure in any form, really.
Ew, ew, screw this, I'm out of here.
Paimon, where are you going?
Fuck this shit, fuck you guys, fuck you. That's right, fuck you guys.
Well, shit, now what are we gonna do? Oh my goodness, would you cut that out? Eli, you little bitch. I was wrong about you being Paimon, but are you maybe a reincarnation of some other creature? Some other demon, maybe? Perhaps? A demon king from hell, maybe? Is that too much to ask for? Or are you just some stupid little cat? Oh, what the fuck?